The African sun beats down with an unrelenting force upon the vast open plains of the Serengeti. Its rays pierce the sky, casting a golden glare that seems to stretch on forever, leaving no corner untouched by its intensity. Here the landscape stretches as far as the eye can see, a seemingly endless ocean of golden grass baked hard by the relentless heat. The horizon shimmers, blurring the boundary between earth and sky, as if the land itself is melting beneath the weight of the sun. It is a world painted in shades of ochre and brown, where the earth cracks under the strain of the long, dry season. The soil, once rich and dark, now lies exposed and brittle, its surface etched with deep fissures that tell the story of months without rain. Life here is governed by the sun and the rain. When the rains fail, the land becomes a crucible, testing the resilience of every living thing. The vegetation withers, grasses turn brittle, and only the toughest plants cling to life, their roots digging deep in search of hidden moisture. Dust devils dance across the horizon, swirling columns of earth that speak of the land's profound thirst. They twist and spiral, lifting dry soil high into the air, a fleeting spectacle that vanishes as quickly as it appears. This is a place of stark contrasts, a theatre of survival where the drama of life and death unfolds every single day under a brilliant, often cloudless sky. Shadows stretch long and sharp, offering brief relief to those who seek them. The air itself feels heavy and hot, shimmering in waves above the parched ground. Mirages flicker in the distance, promising water where there is none, a cruel illusion in a land defined by scarcity. The few trees that dot this expansive wilderness, like the iconic flat-topped acacia, offer precious islands of shade in a sea of sunlight. Their presence is a beacon for all who wander the plains, a rare sanctuary from the relentless glare. Their gnarled branches reach out like weary arms, providing temporary refuge for those seeking a brief escape from the midday glare. Beneath their canopies the air is cooler and the ground is softer, a haven for creatures great and small. Water, the most precious of all resources, is scarce. The land's thirst is unending, and every drop is a treasure fiercely guarded by those who find it. The great rivers shrink to mere trickles, and the waterholes become crowded, tense arenas where predator and prey must often share the same life-giving source. Here every approach is cautious, every sip a risk, as the desperate gather in uneasy truce. The silence of the plains is deceptive. It is filled with the quiet hum of insects, the distant call of a bird, and the ever-present tension of a world holding its breath, waiting for the next vital move in the great game of survival. Even the smallest creatures play their part, their lives woven into the fabric of the land. This ancient land has witnessed countless seasons come and go, each one bringing its own set of challenges and opportunities. The cycles of drought and rain are written into the bones of the earth, shaping every living thing that calls this place home. The rhythm of life is dictated by the movement of the great herds, which follow the promise of rain and fresh grass in a timeless migration. Their hooves drum a steady beat across the plains, a living tide that surges and recedes with the seasons. Their journey shapes the very fabric of the ecosystem, influencing the actions of every creature, from the smallest beetle burrowing in the dust to the most powerful predator stalking through the grass. Each animal is both hunter and hunted, participant and witness in the endless cycle of life. The Serengeti is not merely a backdrop for this drama, it is an active participant. Its moods and rhythms dictate the pace of life, its challenges forging the character of every species that survives here. Its dry soil, its sparse vegetation, and its extreme climate are the forces that forge the incredible adaptations and behaviors we see in its inhabitants. Some animals have learned to travel great distances for water, while others conserve every drop, their bodies marvels of efficiency. To survive here requires strength, intelligence, and an unbreakable will to live. The lion crouches low in the grass, eyes fixed on distant prey, while the wildebeest stands alert, muscles tensed for flight at the slightest sign of danger. The sheer scale of this environment is almost impossible to comprehend. An animal can travel for days without seeing another of its kind. The vastness, both a shield and a challenge. It is a kingdom of immense space and profound silence, where an animal can seem utterly alone, yet is always part of a complex and interconnected web of life. Every movement, every sound, is a message in the language of survival. Every blade of grass, every gust of wind, and every drop of water plays a crucial role. The smallest details can mean the difference between life and death, and every creature is attuned to the subtle changes in their world. The scent of distant rain on the breeze can signal a change in fortunes, a promise of renewal for a thirsty land. Animals lift their heads, nostrils flaring, as the first hints of moisture drift across the plains, hope stirring in every heart. But until that promise is fulfilled, the inhabitants of the Serengeti must endure the harsh reality of their world, a beautiful but unforgiving wilderness where only the most resilient and adaptable can hope to see another dawn. Each day is a test, each night a victory for those who survive. It is a stage set for the most fundamental story of all, the struggle for existence. Here, every life is hard won, every moment a testament to the enduring spirit of the wild. In the dappled shade of a solitary acacia tree, a pride of lions finds a brief respite from the oppressive midday heat. The tree's gnarled branches cast shifting patterns on tawny fur, offering the only sanctuary from the relentless sun in this vast open savanna. They are the undisputed rulers of this domain, their powerful bodies sprawled across the dusty ground in attitudes of regal repose. Each lion claims a patch of shade, their positions carefully chosen to maximize comfort and minimize conflict. Their tawny coats, the color of the sun-scorched grass, provide the perfect camouflage, allowing them to melt into the landscape. Even in stillness, their presence is a silent warning to all who cross these plains. An old male, his magnificent mane a testament to his age and experience, lies with his eyes half closed, his breathing slow and steady. He is the silent sentinel, his mere presence a deterrent to would-be challengers. He is the patriarch, the guardian of the pride, but the responsibility of providing for the family falls primarily to the females. The lionesses, clustered together, form the heart of the pride's social structure. The air around them is thick with the buzzing of flies, but the lions seem oblivious, conserving every ounce of their energy for the cooler hours to come. Their patience is a strategy honed by generations. Every movement is measured, every breath deliberate. Among the resting adults, several small cubs tumble and play, their movements still clumsy and full of youthful innocence. Their antics are tolerated by the adults who keep a watchful eye on the next generation. Their fluffy matted coats are covered in a fine layer of red dust, and their oversized paws hint at the formidable predators they will one day become. For now their play is a rehearsal for the skills they will need to survive. For now, however, they are utterly dependent on the adults for their survival. The cubs instinctively stay close, seeking both warmth and protection within the pride's embrace. Their playful growls are soft, a stark contrast to the bone-shaking roars of their parents. These gentle sounds are the language of family, a way to bond and learn without drawing unwanted attention. One cub nudges its mother insistently, its small, wrinkled nose pushing against her flank. The gesture is both a plea and a test of boundaries, a subtle negotiation within the pride's social web. It is a gentle but persistent reminder of a growing need, a hunger that is beginning to gnaw at its small belly. The cub's patience is a mirror of the pride's own, waiting, always waiting for the right moment. The mother stirs, her ears twitching, but does not yet rise. She knows that every movement in this heat is a precious expenditure of energy, and the time for action is not yet at hand. The time for action has not yet arrived. The pride's stillness is a calculated strategy, a way to endure the harshest hours and preserve strength for the hunt. One lioness in particular seems different from the others. Her posture is tense, her senses finely tuned to the world beyond the shade. While her companions doze, she lies alert, her head raised slightly, her sharp golden eyes scanning the distant horizon. She is the pride's sentinel, the first to sense opportunity or danger. She is leaner than the others, her muscles taut and defined beneath her dusty coat. Every sinew is primed for action, her body a testament to the rigors of survival. She's a seasoned hunter, and she carries the weight of responsibility for the pride's survival. Her experience is etched in every scar, every careful movement. She can feel the weakness in her cubs, hear the faint, hungry cries that are becoming more frequent. The pride's future depends on her vigilance and skill. Her gaze is intense, focused, missing nothing. Every flicker of movement in the grass, every distant shadow is noted and weighed. She watches the shimmering heat haze, searching for any sign of movement, any opportunity that might present itself on the vast empty plains. The environment is both adversary and ally, concealing prey and predator alike. Her stillness is not one of rest, but of calculation. A patient predator gathering her strength and waiting for the perfect moment. The pride's strategy is built on this patience. Timing is everything. The pride is a complex social unit, a family bound by blood and a shared struggle. Each member has a role, from the nurturing mothers to the playful cubs and the vigilant sentinels. Their survival depends on cooperation and strategy. Every hunt is a coordinated effort, every meal a communal event that reinforces the bonds between them. The older lionesses have years of hunting experience, a library of knowledge passed down through generations. They teach the young through example, their every move a lesson in patience and precision. They know the land, the patterns of the prey, and the subtle shifts in the wind that can mean the difference between a successful hunt and another day of hunger. The environment is ever-changing, and the pride adapts with it, reading the signs written in grass and dust. As the sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon, a subtle change comes over the pride. The oppressive heat fades, and the savannah stirs with new possibilities. The deep slumber gives way to a quiet alertness. Muscles tense, eyes sharpen, and the pride's collective focus shifts outward. A collective energy begins to build, an unspoken understanding that the time of rest is ending and the deadly dance of the hunt is about to begin. In this moment, the pride's waiting strategy, its patience, unity, and deep connection to the land becomes its greatest strength, setting the stage for the drama that will soon unfold beneath the African sky. As the afternoon sun dips lower, the savannah is bathed in a golden glow, shadows stretching long and thin across the endless grass. The air is thick with anticipation, a quiet tension that settles over every blade of grass and every creature that calls this place home. The lead lioness, sensing the subtle shift in the air, rises with deliberate grace. Her every movement is a study in control, muscles coiled beneath tawny fur, ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. She stretches, her body unfurling like a drawn bow, claws unsheathe and dig into the earth, her back arches, and a ripple of power travels from her shoulders to her haunches. This ritual is not just to limber up, it is a signal, a silent message to her pride that the time for rest is over. Nearby, her cubs whimper, their small voices rising in hungry protest. Their bellies are empty, and their cries are sharp, insistent reminders of the urgency that now pulses through the pride. Hunger gnaws at the lioness, a deep ache that sharpens her instincts. It is more than discomfort, it is a primal force, a call to action that drowns out all else. Her senses heighten, her mind narrows to a single unwavering focus, the hunt. Her amber eyes sweep the horizon, searching for the faintest sign of movement. Every flicker in the grass, every shadow is scrutinized with a predator's intensity. The world is reduced to a tapestry of scents, sounds, and shapes, each one a potential clue. The patience that once held her in place now transforms into a steely resolve. The anticipation is electric, every muscle taut with expectation. She slips from the shade of the acacia, her paws gliding silently over the cracked earth. Each step is measured, her body low and fluid, blending seamlessly with the landscape. The cubs watch, their eyes wide and unblinking, absorbing every detail. Instinct tells them that this moment is important, that their mother's actions are a lesson written in silence. They remain still, their bodies pressed low in the grass, understanding in their bones that survival depends on the outcome of what is about to unfold. One by one the other lionesses stir. The pride awakens as if moved by a single invisible thread. Each female rises, stretching and shaking off the lethargy of the day. There is no need for words. A flick of an ear, a subtle shift in posture, a lingering glance. These are the signals that bind the pride together. Communication flows in a silent current understood by all. Instinct and experience guide them into formation. Each lioness knows her place, her role in the intricate choreography of the hunt. They move as one, a living embodiment of unity and purpose. The older lionesses, seasoned by countless hunts, take the lead. Their movements are confident, their senses finely tuned to the rhythms of the savannah. The younger, more powerful lionesses crouch low, their bodies quivering with pent-up energy, ready to unleash a burst of speed when the moment comes. Every sense is on high alert. The lioness inhales deeply, drawing in the scents of the wind, dust, grass, and the faint musk of distant prey. Her nostrils flare, sorting through the complex tapestry of smells, searching for the one that signals opportunity. Her ears swivel, catching the faintest rustle, the distant bleat of an antelope, the soft alarm of a bird, the whisper of grass disturbed by cautious hooves. Her eyes, adapted to the dimming light, scan the horizon. She picks out the subtle movement of a herd, the shifting silhouettes of antelope against the fiery sky. Every fibre of her being is attuned to the task. The world narrows to a single point of focus. The hunt, the nurturing mother, fades away, replaced by a creature of pure instinct and precision. She is the apex predator. Honed by generations of survival, her every movement a testament to nature's design. In the distance a herd of antelope grazes, their forms etched in gold and shadow. They are wary but unaware of the silent threat that now stalks them. The antelope moves slowly, picking at the sparse grass, their ears flicking at the slightest sound. They are always alert, for danger is never far in this land. The lioness crouches, her body pressed low, eyes locked on her quarry. Every muscle is primed, every breath measured. This is the moment she has been waiting for. A silent signal, a flick of an ear, a glint in the eye, passes through the pride. Instinct and experience guide their every move. The lionesses fan out, melting into the landscape. They use every dip and rise, every bush and termite mound to mask their approach. Each step is calculated, each pause deliberate. The hunt is a dance of patience and precision. They move in slow, methodical unison, every sense straining for the perfect moment to strike. A single misstep could mean the difference between feast and famine. For the lioness and her pride, the stakes could not be higher. The lives of their cubs, the future of the pride, all hinge on the outcome of this ancient ritual. The promise of the hunt is written in every heartbeat, every breath, every silent step across the savannah. In the vast silence of the African plains at dawn, a drama as old as time begins to unfold. The air is cool, the grasses shimmer with dew, and every shadow holds the promise of life or death. The lioness emerges, her form a living shadow gliding through the tall sun-bleached grass. She is the embodiment of patience and precision, her body pressed low, every muscle attuned to the rhythm of the earth beneath her. Each step is a calculated risk. Her broad paws spread her weight, muffling the sound of her passage. She avoids brittle twigs and loose stones, her senses sharpened to the faintest crackle that could betray her presence. Beneath her tawny coat, powerful muscles ripple and contract in a slow, deliberate dance. Every movement is measured, conserving energy for the explosive chase that may come at any moment. She weaves through the landscape, vanishing and reappearing with the shifting light. Dips in the terrain, and curtains of grass become her allies, cloaking her from the sharp eyes of her prey. The wind, too, is a silent partner. It carries the scent of the antelope herd to her while masking her own. She pauses, nostrils flaring, reading the invisible currents that could spell the difference between success and failure. She tests the air, her whiskers twitching, her ears flicking to catch the faintest sound. The elements are in her favor, and she presses on, her confidence growing with every silent stride. Ahead, a young antelope grazes, separated from the main herd by a careless few meters. Its innocence is its vulnerability, its inexperience a beacon for the predator's gaze. The lioness's eyes narrow. She weighs her options, instinct and experience guiding her to single out the weakest link. The isolated antelope is her chosen quarry, a decision born of necessity and survival. To attack the herd's core would be folly. The stampede of hooves, the chaos of dozens fleeing bodies could turn the hunter into the hunted. Injury here means starvation later. But a solitary antelope, exposed and alone, is a far easier target. Its isolation is a silent invitation to the predator's pursuit. The lioness's golden eyes lock onto her prey. Her focus is unwavering, her mind mapping every blade of grass, every possible escape route. She calculates the distance, the angle of attack, the likely path the antelope will take if startled. Every detail is considered, every variable weighed in the balance of survival. Unseen, her sisters move into position. They fan out, forming a crescent of silent death, each lioness a vital piece in the unfolding strategy. Their coordination is wordless, a choreography honed by generations. The air grows thick with tension. The antelope senses something, a flicker of movement, a shift in the wind, but cannot yet decipher the threat. The herd grazes on, oblivious to the danger lurking in the grass. Their world is one of routine, punctuated by moments of terror. Tails flick, hooves stamp, insects scatter. The antelope's movements are casual, betraying no hint of the peril that draws ever closer. This is the great illusion of the savannah, a tranquil scene masking the ever-present threat of predation. Peace and peril coexist, separated by the thinnest of veils. The lioness halts behind a termite mound, her body pressed flat, her breathing shallow. She is invisible, a living stone among the earth's ancient bones. She is close now, so close she can see the antelope's ears twitch, can feel the thunder of her own heartbeat echoing in her chest. She waits, motionless, for the perfect moment. The antelope lowers its head, distracted by a patch of sweet grass. For a heartbeat, its guard is down. The stalk is a test of patience and nerve. Every muscle in the lioness's body is coiled, every sense straining for the signal to strike. A single misstep, a snapped twig, a gust of wind shifting direction, could send the antelope bounding to safety, and the hunt would end before it truly began. For a moment, predator and prey are locked in a silent standoff. The antelope's instincts whisper of danger, but the threat remains unseen. The lioness presses herself even lower, her belly brushing the parched earth. She inches forward, every movement a study in restraint. Her hind legs coil beneath her, muscles bunching in anticipation. The moment of truth is at hand. The distance is perfect. The trap is set. The antelope, still unaware, is in the crosshairs of fate. The other lionesses wait, eyes fixed on their leader. At her signal, they will surge forward, closing the circle with deadly precision. Time seems to slow. The world narrows to a single breathless instant, the calm before the storm. In this moment, the fate of the antelope and the future of the lion cubs waiting in their den are suspended in a delicate balance. The chase is about to begin, a test of speed, cunning, and the relentless will to survive. Section 5. A sudden shift. The interrupted hunt. The lioness, every muscle coiled and senses sharpened, inches forward through the tall grass. Her golden eyes are locked on a young antelope grazing at the edge of the herd, oblivious to the danger lurking just meters away. The world seems to hold its breath as she prepares for the final explosive charge that will decide the fate of both predator and prey. Suddenly, the wind, her silent accomplice throughout the hunt, turns traitor. A subtle shift, almost imperceptible, sends a ripple through the grass and ruffles the lioness's fur. The breeze, once a gentle shield, now becomes a messenger of doom. It changes direction, carrying with it the unmistakable scent of the lioness straight toward the unsuspecting herd. The lioness's nose twitches as she senses the betrayal, but it is too late. Among the herd, a young antelope pauses, its ears flicking, but it is the old sentinel at the edge who first detects the warning. For a heartbeat, the plain is frozen in time. The herd grazes, unaware while the lioness remains hidden, her fate hanging in the balance. The old antelope, its coat marked by years of survival, lifts its head. Its eyes, clouded with age but sharp with experience, scan the horizon. It has survived droughts, predators, and countless close calls. Suddenly its nostrils flare, drawing in the tainted air. Its eyes widen, reflecting a surge of ancient fear. The old antelope's nose twitches, deciphering the invisible warning. It knows the scent well, the scent of a lioness on the hunt. With a sudden sharp snort, the antelope sounds the alarm. The cry is abrupt, slicing through the stillness of dusk. The sound travels instantly, a wave of tension rippling through the herd. Heads snap up, ears pivot, and bodies tense, every animal alert to the threat. In a single, collective motion, the peaceful scene erupts into chaos. Grazing is forgotten as panic takes hold. Dust billows as hooves dig into the earth. The herd surges, a living wave of muscle and fear, each animal desperate to escape the unseen danger. The young antelope, the lioness's intended target, jerks its head up. For the first time it sees the predator, eyes wide, heart pounding. For a fleeting instant, predator and prey lock eyes. In that primal exchange, both understand the stakes, life and death balanced on a knife's edge. Instinct explodes into action. The antelope springs away, its legs a blur of motion, leaping with desperate energy. The herd follows, a stampede of pounding hooves and swirling dust, each animal driven by the same urgent need to survive. The lioness, her cover blown, bursts from the grass. The element of surprise, her greatest weapon, has vanished. The trap she so carefully set has been sprung too soon, and her quarry is already fleeing. With no other option, the lioness commits, muscles bunch, and she launches herself into the open, chasing hope across the plain. Her powerful legs eat up the ground, but the antelope, already in full flight, has a precious head start. The chase is desperate, a contest of speed and endurance. The antelope, built for flight, stretches the gap with every bound. The lioness pushes herself to the limit, but the distance only grows. The chase is over almost as soon as it began. The antelope, heart-hammering, races for safety, leaving only a trail of dust and the echo of its terror behind. The lioness, breathless and spent, slows to a halt. Her sides heave as she stands alone, the taste of defeat bitter in her mouth. She pants heavily, the energy spent in the failed pursuit weighing on her body. The dust settles around her, erasing the tracks of the vanished herd. The savannah is silent once more, the only evidence of the drama a haze of dust drifting across the empty plain. One by one, the other lionesses emerge from their hiding places. Their faces reflect the same disappointment, their bodies slumped with exhaustion and hunger. The sun dips lower, casting long shadows over the plains. The promise of a meal fades with the light, leaving only emptiness behind. The pride gathers, silent and subdued. There is no anger, no blame, only the shared ache of hunger and the knowledge that survival is never guaranteed. The lead lioness turns away, her steps heavy as she begins the long walk back to the acacia tree where her cubs wait, hungry and hopeful. She glances back at the empty plain, the lesson of the failed hunt etched into her memory. On these plains every mistake is costly, every success hard-won. The pride settles into the dry grass, their bodies weary, their bellies empty. The energy spent in the hunt cannot be reclaimed, and the hunger remains. As night falls and the stars emerge, the lion's struggle continues. The failed hunt is a harsh reminder of the savanna's unforgiving nature. Before dawn they will have to try again, for hunger is a relentless companion in the wild heart of Africa. The lions are not the only formidable hunters to roam these plains. As the golden light of day begins to fade, the savanna transforms. Shadows stretch long across the grass, and the air cools, signaling a shift in the rhythm of life. As dusk settles, another specialist predator emerges, perfectly attuned to the fleeting moments between day and night. The cheetah, a creature of grace and speed, prepares to make the most of the fading light. The cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, is a marvel of biological engineering. Every muscle, every sinew is designed for one purpose: the chase. Unlike the lion, who stalks with patience and pounces with power, the cheetah's strategy is built on explosive acceleration. It is a gamble of energy and timing, a breathtaking display of nature's raw athleticism. We see one now, a sleek spotted cat perched atop a termite mound. From this vantage point, the cheetah's amber eyes scan the endless grassland, searching for the telltale movement of potential prey. Its body is a masterpiece of adaptation, slender, aerodynamic, with a flexible spine that acts as a spring, long legs for powerful strides, and a tail that whips behind, steering each turn with precision. The cheetah's face is marked by black tear lines, a natural glare reducer that sharpens its focus. Its gaze is locked on a small group of gazelles grazing in the distance, every muscle tensed in anticipation. The hunt begins with a sudden, silent decision. The cheetah drops low, muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat, and launches into a sprint that's as much art as it is science. Its stalk is brief, a calculated approach to close the distance. Unlike the lion's drawn-out patience, the cheetah's window of opportunity is narrow, mere seconds to get within striking range. The cheetah crouches, every sense heightened, waiting for the perfect moment. Its heartbeat quickens, nostrils flare, and then, like a coiled spring, it explodes forward. In a blur of motion, the cheetah covers ground at a speed that seems to defy nature. Its spine flexes, legs stretch and contract in perfect rhythm, and its claws grip the earth for traction. For a few heart-stopping seconds, the cheetah is a golden streak against the darkening plains, a living embodiment of velocity and purpose. The chase is a test of nerves and stamina. The gazelle darts and weaves, desperate to escape, while the cheetah matches every turn, its tail acting as a counterbalance in the high-speed dance of predator and prey. If the cheetah succeeds, it brings down its quarry with a swift, suffocating bite. The reward is a hard-won meal, but the victory is fleeting. Exhausted, the cheetah collapses beside its prize, sides heaving, tongue lolling. The sprint has drained its energy reserves, leaving it vulnerable in the open, but the savanna is never silent for long. The scent of fresh blood drifts on the evening breeze, a signal to all who share this land. Above, vultures begin to circle, their sharp eyes drawn to the promise of a meal. On the ground, the grass stirs as other predators take notice. From the shadows, the spotted hyenas appear. Their hunched forms move with purpose, eyes glinting in the low light, jaws powerful enough to crush bone. Though often cast as scavengers, hyenas are skilled hunters, working together in tightly knit clans. Their social bonds are strong and their tactics are ruthless. Their calls, high-pitched whoops and eerie laughter, echo across the night, a chorus that signals their presence and coordinates their movements. These sounds ripple through the darkness, unsettling all who hear them. A lone cheetah, still recovering from its sprint, is no match for a determined clan of hyenas. The balance of power shifts in an instant. The hyenas close in, their numbers and confidence overwhelming. With snarls and snapping jaws, they force the cheetah to abandon its kill, claiming the spoils for themselves. This relentless competition is the heartbeat of the Serengeti. Here every meal is contested, every victory uncertain. Predators must not only hunt with skill, but also defend their hard-won prizes from rivals. The struggle for survival is never-ending. The hyenas, with their intricate social structure and bone-crushing jaws, excel at both hunting and appropriating the kills of others. Their teamwork is formidable, their appetite insatiable. Opportunists to the core, hyenas adapt to every situation, hunting in packs, chasing off competitors, or scavenging what they can. Their adaptability ensures their survival in this harsh landscape. The eternal rivalry between lion, cheetah, and hyena shapes the destiny of every creature on these plains. Each species plays its part in the delicate balance of the ecosystem. As night deepens, the drama continues. Under the watchful gaze of the moon, predators move like shadows across the land. Here, strength, speed, and cunning are tested every day and every night in a never-ending contest for survival. Beyond the more familiar predators, a host of other masterful hunters thrive in the relentless competition of the African wilds. Among the most formidable are the African wild dogs, whose lives are defined by the strength and unity of their pack. Their striking coats of black, yellow, and white are more than just camouflage. They are badges of identity, helping each member recognize one another in the chaos of the hunt. The hunt begins with a silent electric tension. The pack fans out, each dog attuned to the movements of its companions, reading subtle cues in posture and glance. Unlike the solitary stalk of a lioness or the explosive sprint of a cheetah, wild dogs rely on relentless pursuit. Their strategy is a test of endurance, not just speed. As the chase unfolds, the lead dog will tire and fall back, seamlessly replaced by another. This rotation allows the pack to maintain a punishing pace, wearing down their quarry over kilometers of open ground. High-pitched yips and chirps echo across the plains, each call a message, directions, encouragement, or warnings, woven into a tapestry of communication that keeps the pack coordinated. When the prey finally falters, the pack closes in from all sides, each member knowing its role. Their cooperation is flawless, their timing precise. Success is not just a matter of strength, but of trust and unity. Away from the hunt, the pack's social bonds are just as vital. At the den, adults gather around the pups, nuzzling and grooming, reinforcing the ties that hold the group together. After a successful hunt, the returning adults regurgitate meat for the pups and for those who stayed behind. This act of sharing ensures that every member, from the youngest to the oldest, is nourished and valued. The wild dog's survival depends on this extraordinary level of cooperation. Each individual's fate is bound to the group, and their unity is their greatest strength. Alone, a wild dog is vulnerable, but together they can bring down prey many times their size, antelope, even young wildebeest, through sheer persistence and teamwork. Their nomadic existence takes them across immense territories, always on the move. Their coordinated movements a living dance of endurance and mutual reliance. Yet even the most skilled hunters must remain vigilant, for the African wilderness holds dangers that lurk where least expected. The rivers and waterholes, lifelines for all who roam the plains, conceal one of the oldest and most patient predators, the Nile crocodile. For hours, sometimes days, crocodiles lie in wait, their massive bodies disguised as driftwood, their eyes and nostrils just above the surface, betraying nothing of the power coiled beneath. This stillness is deceptive. Beneath the calm exterior, every muscle is primed for a sudden, explosive attack. The crocodile is a master of patience, an ambush predator that can wait for the perfect moment, unmoving as herds gather at the water's edge. With only its eyes and nostrils exposed, it remains nearly invisible, blending seamlessly with the murky water, waiting for a single misstep. When a thirsty wildebeest or zebra lowers its head to drink, the crocodile erupts from the water in a blur of motion, jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force. Its jaws, lined with rows of conical teeth, are built not for chewing but for seizing and holding, locking onto its prey with an unbreakable grip. With a violent twist, the crocodile drags its victim into the depths, using the water as a weapon, drowning the animal in a silent, deadly struggle. This sudden, brutal ambush is one of the most dramatic spectacles on the plains, a reminder of the ever-present danger that shadows every creature's life. Even the simple act of drinking becomes a perilous gamble as herds approach the water with caution, senses straining for any sign of the hidden menace below. The Nile crocodile is a living relic, a survivor from a distant past whose patience and power have made it a perfect predator, one whose deadly craft has been honed over millions of years, and whose presence ensures that in Africa danger is never far away. For the animals that are prey, life is a perpetual state of high alert. From the first light of dawn, when the golden sun spills across the plains and the air is thick with the scent of grass and earth, every creature is attuned to the world around it. The day begins not with relaxation, but with a careful scan of the horizon, a silent question: is it safe? The vast herds of antelope, wildebeest and zebra that populate the plains exist in a world of constant underlying anxiety. Each animal is a single thread in a living tapestry, woven together by the shared need to survive. The open savanna offers little cover, and every shadow, every movement is scrutinized with unwavering attention. Their survival depends not on strength or aggression, but on vigilance, speed, and the safety of numbers. The herd is a living alarm system. When one senses danger, the message ripples through the group in an instant, and the entire herd erupts into motion, fleeing as one. Every moment is a gamble. Even the simple act of pausing to graze is fraught with risk. The tension is visible in every muscle, every twitch of an ear, every flick of a tail. Lowering one's head to graze means a moment of blindness to the surrounding landscape. In these brief seconds, the animal must trust its companions to keep watch, knowing that a single lapse could mean disaster. Going to the waterhole to drink means exposing oneself at a known danger spot. The water's edge is a place of necessity and dread, where predators often lie in wait, and every sip is taken with a pounding heart and eyes that never rest. Every rustle in the grass, every shadow that moves, every unfamiliar scent on the wind could signal the presence of a hunter. The senses of these animals are honed to a razor's edge, their lives a constant interplay of fear and awareness. It is a life lived on a knife edge, where a split-second delay in reaction can be fatal. The difference between life and death is measured in heartbeats. The antelope, with their elegant forms and incredible agility, are built for flight. Their bodies are masterpieces of evolution, designed to twist, leap, and sprint at a moment's notice. Their large eyes, positioned on the sides of their heads, give them a wide field of vision, allowing them to scan for danger from multiple angles simultaneously. Nothing escapes their notice, not the flicker of a tail in the grass, nor the glint of an eye in the shadows. Their sensitive ears are constantly swiveling, capturing the faintest of sounds. The snap of a twig, the distant roar of a lion, the soft pad of a predator's paw, each is a warning, a signal to be ready. When a threat is detected, their nervous system is primed for an instantaneous response, triggering the explosive burst of speed needed to escape a cheetah's charge or a lion's ambush. The herd moves as one, a living wave of muscle and instinct. Living in a herd provides a collective defense. With hundreds of pairs of eyes and ears on watch, it is much more difficult for a predator to approach undetected. The safety of the group is built on the vigilance of each individual. The panic of one individual can save the entire group. A single alarm call, a sudden dash, and the herd is galvanized into action, the instinct for survival overriding all else. Among the most peculiar and fascinating residents of the plains is the ostrich. Towering above the grazers, it is both sentinel and survivor, its presence a reassurance and a warning. The world's largest bird, it is a creature of seeming contradictions. Flightless yet swift, awkward yet graceful, vulnerable yet formidable in its own way. It cannot fly, but its long, powerful legs can carry it across the savannah at speeds rivaling those of a racehorse, allowing it to outrun most predators. Its stride is a blur, a testament to the power hidden within its frame. Its huge eyes, the largest of any land animal, provide exceptional vision, making it an excellent sentinel for the herds of zebra and antelope with which it often associates. From its vantage point, it can spot danger long before others are aware. This relationship is mutually beneficial. The ostrich's height and keen eyesight complement the grazer's senses of hearing and smell, creating a more effective early warning system for the entire group. Together, they form a living network of vigilance, each species enhancing the survival of the others. Ultimately, the role of these herbivores is fundamental to the entire ecosystem. Their movements shape the land. Their choices determine the fate of countless other species. They are the crucial link between the energy of the sun, captured by the grasses, and the apex predators at the top of the food chain. Their lives fuel the cycle of life and death that defines the savanna. Their constant grazing shapes the landscape, and their vast numbers provide the sustenance that supports the lion prides, the cheetahs, and the hyena clans. Every mouthful of grass, every step across the plains is part of a greater story. Their life is one of collective sacrifice, where the survival of the herd depends on the loss of some of its members. The drama of the hunt is written in the dust and the grass, in the fleeting moments between predator and prey. They are not passive victims in this drama. They are active participants, their adaptations and behaviors forged in the fire of countless generations of predation. Every leap, every alarm call, every burst of speed is a testament to their will to survive. Their existence is a testament to the resilience of life in the face of constant pressure. In the endless dance of vigilance and survival, they endure, ever watchful, ever ready, shaping the wild heart of Africa with every breath. As the African night descends, a velvet darkness sweeps across the Serengeti, shrouding the land in mystery. Yet the drama of survival is far from over. In truth, it is only just beginning. Under the pale glow of the moon, the savanna transforms into a world of shadows and whispers, where every movement is magnified and every sound carries a story. The air cools, and the chorus of the night begins. The whooping call of a hyena pierces the silence, a signal to its clan that the hunt is on, and the scavenger's dance resumes. Across the plains, the deep thunderous roar of a lion rolls through the darkness, a declaration of territory and power that echoes for miles, stirring both fear and respect in all who hear it. Beneath the tall grasses, a symphony of insects, crickets, cicadas, and beetles fills the air with their ceaseless song, each tiny life a vital thread in the tapestry of the wild. For the vulnerable, the darkness is a shield. Small antelope nestle deep in the grass, their bodies still, hearts pounding, trusting the night to hide them from prowling eyes. But for the hunters, the night is an ally. Lionesses and leopards move like shadows, their senses sharpened, their bodies honed for the silent pursuit of prey. A failed hunt is not defeat, but a lesson. The lioness, her breath heavy from the chase, regroups with her pride beneath the stars, hunger sharpening their resolve for the next attempt. The moon and stars cast a gentle light over the endless plains, illuminating a world where every creature is bound by the same relentless need to survive. Driven by hunger, the pride rises again, their bodies weaving through the grass, muscles rippling with anticipation, eyes fixed on the promise of a meal. The chase is swift and silent, a deadly ballet where every leap and every stumble can mean the difference between life and death. With the coming dawn, a new chapter unfolds. The golden light reveals survivors and the fallen, each day a testament to the unending cycle of struggle and renewal. The story of the Serengeti is written in the dust and the dew, in the desperate dash of a wildebeest across a river, in the parched thirst of a lioness at a waterhole. It is a story of hunger and thirst, of the ever-present shadow of death, but also of resilience, etched in the faces of those who endure and in the land itself, ageless and unyielding. In the quiet moments, the wild reveals its gentler side. A lioness nuzzles her cub, their bond a fragile promise of hope in a world ruled by tooth and claw. The cheetah's explosive sprint is a marvel of nature, a fleeting burst of speed that can mean the difference between starvation and survival. Wild dogs, with their intricate teamwork and unspoken communication, remind us that survival is often a collective effort, each member playing a vital role in the hunt. Zebra herds stand vigilant, their stripes blending into the grass, each animal relying on the alertness of its companions to spot danger before it strikes. The lion's hunt is not driven by malice but by necessity, a test of skill and patience where only the most cunning and determined succeed. The crocodile's ambush is not evil, but a timeless strategy honed by countless generations, a silent guardian of the river's edge. Here, survival is pure instinct, unfiltered, raw and honest. Every glance, every heartbeat is a response to the ever-present challenge of existence. The interconnectedness of life is everywhere. At the watering hole, predator and prey gather, bound by the same need, their fates entwined in a delicate balance. The true beauty of the African plains lies not only in its breathtaking sunsets or endless horizons, but in the raw, unvarnished display of life's struggle and triumph. Every interaction, every chase, every moment of rest is a thread in the grand tapestry of survival, woven with both brutality and grace. This is a world stripped to its essence, where the stakes are absolute and the rules are ancient. Success and failure are measured in the most elemental terms. Life and death, feast and famine. The fall of one animal sustains the lives of many others. Scavengers gather, each playing their part in the cycle, ensuring nothing is wasted. The predator's success strengthens the prey population, weeding out the weak and the unwary, and allowing only the fittest to thrive and multiply. The vigilant, the swift, and the strong endure, passing on their legacy to the next generation. This intricate, brutal and perfectly balanced system has endured for millennia, a living testament to the power and wisdom of nature's design. The ancient baobabs stand as silent witnesses to the endless cycles of life and death, their roots deep in the earth, their branches reaching for the sky. As the first rays of sunlight break over the horizon, the land is reborn. The air shimmers with possibility, and every creature stirs to greet the new day. Mist drifts across the grasslands, herds move in the distance, and the ancient landscape glows with the promise of another cycle. The lioness and her cubs, bellies full from a successful hunt, rest in the soft light, their survival secured for another day. The antelope herd grazes in the dewy grass, their senses alert, their lives a delicate balance between caution and necessity. With every sunrise, the wild is renewed, new challenges await, new stories unfold, and the cycle of life continues, unbroken and eternal. Here, in the heart of Africa, every moment is a testament to the raw beauty of survival, the interconnectedness of all species, and the awe-inspiring resilience of life. In this magnificent, unforgiving kingdom, the greatest spectacle is not a single hunt or a fleeting victory, but the enduring act of survival itself. Every scar, every cautious glance, every triumphant roar is a chapter in the endless story of life on the plains, and as the sun rises once more over the Serengeti, the ancient drama continues, life, death, and the unbreakable will to endure, forever unfolding beneath the boundless African sky. As darkness deepens over the Serengeti, a new caste of hunters emerges from the shadows. The world of the night belongs to those who thrive in silence and secrecy, nocturnal predators whose senses are finely tuned to the mysteries of darkness. High in the branches, the leopard reigns, solitary, elusive, and supremely adapted to the night. With eyes that capture even the faintest glimmer of moonlight, the leopard moves with ghostly grace, each pawful silent on the soft earth below. Its spotted coat melts into the dappled shadows, rendering it nearly invisible to all but the most watchful eyes. Patient and methodical, the leopard stalks its prey with a blend of caution and explosive power, relying on stealth rather than speed. A sudden pounce, a powerful bite, and the hunt is over in heartbeats. The leopard drags its prize high into the trees, safe from rivals, its solitary feast a reward for its cunning and patience. In the cool night air, the haunting call of an owl echoes across the plains. With wings designed for silent flight and eyes that pierce the darkness, the owl is a master of aerial ambush. From its perch it surveys the grass below, detecting the faintest rustle of a rodent or the flicker of a small reptile. With a swift, silent swoop, it claims its meal, the kill unseen and unheard by all but the sharpest ears. The owl's night vision and acute hearing are its greatest weapons, allowing it to hunt where others are blind. On the ground, the hyena clan comes alive. Misunderstood and often maligned, hyenas are among the savannah's most efficient nocturnal hunters. Their eerie whoops and cackles fill the night, a signal to gather and coordinate. Hyenas possess powerful jaws and remarkable endurance, able to chase down prey over long distances, or scavenge from the leftovers of other predators. With keen noses and sharp intelligence, they navigate the darkness as a team, their social bonds as vital as their physical strength. The night brings both opportunity and peril. For these nocturnal hunters, every sense is heightened, every shadow a potential threat or reward. The darkness conceals, but it also challenges. Prey is wary and rivals are many. Each predator must rely on its unique adaptations. The leopard's stealth and strength, the owl's silent wings and piercing gaze, the hyena's teamwork and tenacity. As the stars wheel overhead and the moon slips behind the clouds, the world of shadows pulses with life. In these hours the dance of survival continues, silent, swift, and unseen by the light of day. And when the first rays of dawn touch the plains, the nocturnal hunters retreat to their hidden lairs, their stories written in the darkness, waiting for night to fall again. As the first light of dawn stretches across the savannah, a new chapter in the story of survival begins. The night's hunters have retreated, but their legacy lingers, a silent invitation to the savannah's most overlooked yet vital inhabitants, the scavengers. Above the golden grass, the unmistakable silhouette of a vulture circles in the warming air. With wings spanning nearly 3 meters, these masterful gliders ride the thermals, their keen eyes scanning vast distances for the telltale signs of a fresh kill. Where predators have feasted and moved on, vultures descend, their presence both a signal and a service. With sharp, hooked beaks and featherless heads perfectly adapted for cleanliness, they tear through tough hide and muscle, consuming what others cannot. Their stomachs, highly acidic, neutralize dangerous bacteria, ensuring that disease does not take root in the ecosystem. On the ground, the jackals arrive in cautious pairs or small family groups. Agile and resourceful, jackals slip through the underbrush, ears pricked for opportunity. They are patient opportunists waiting for the dominant scavengers to have their fill. When the moment is right, they dart in, snatching morsels left behind or dragging away scraps to hidden dens. Their adaptability is their strength, able to survive on anything from insects and fruits to the leftovers of the night's hunt. Closer still, at the very heart of the remains, a hidden world comes alive. Dung beetles and carrion beetles swarm over bones and sinew, their tiny bodies working tirelessly to break down what even the vultures and jackals leave behind. Some roll balls of dung across the earth, others burrow deep into the soil, recycling nutrients back into the land. These unsung decomposers are nature's clean-up crew, ensuring that nothing is wasted and that new life can take root where death once lingered. Together, vultures, jackals, and beetles form an intricate web of life that stretches far beyond the hunt. Their roles are crucial, preventing disease, recycling nutrients, and sustaining the cycle of life on the savannah. Without them, the plains would become a graveyard of decay, but with them, every ending becomes the promise of a new beginning. The scavenger's feast is a testament to the complex balance of the ecosystem, a reminder that in the wild, every creature, great or small, has a part to play in the endless dance of survival. At the heart of the savannah, Where the land sinks into shallow basins, waterholes become both sanctuary and snare. In a world shaped by thirst, these precious pools draw creatures from miles around, each one risking everything for a chance to drink. The air vibrates with anticipation and unease, as every animal knows that safety here is an illusion. Zebras and impalas approach with hesitant steps, their ears flicking and nostrils flaring, ever alert for danger. Each ripple on the water surface, each whisper of grass could signal a lurking threat. Crocodiles lie submerged, their eyes and nostrils barely breaking the surface, waiting for the careless or the desperate to stray too close. In the reeds, lions crouch low, their golden coats blending perfectly with the dry grass, patient and silent. Predators and prey share this uneasy truce, bound together by necessity. Elephants thunder in, their sheer size offering protection, scattering smaller animals and predators alike. Warthogs kneel quickly to drink, their eyes darting, ready to bolt at the first sign of trouble. Even the smallest creatures, baboons, birds, and terrapins, move with caution, knowing that danger can strike from above, below, or behind the cover of shadows. Every visit to the waterhole is a calculated risk. Some drink in hurried gulps, others linger at the edges, waiting for the bravest in the herd to test the waters first. Herds rely on numbers, each individual looking out for threats, while solitary animals depend on stealth and timing. The drama at the waterhole unfolds in tense silence, broken only by the sudden rush of hooves or the splash of a crocodile's attack. For those who survive, the reward is life-sustaining water. For the hunters, it is the chance to feed. In this arena, strategy is everything. Timing, vigilance, and the wisdom passed down through generations. Here at the water's edge, the savannah's eternal struggle is laid bare. The relentless pursuit of life in a land where every drop is precious, and every moment can tip the balance between survival and demise. In the wild tapestry of the African savannah, communication is a matter of life and death. Here, where survival depends on silence and subtlety, animals have evolved a language all their own, one spoken in gestures, glances, and scents. Predators like lions move with practiced stealth, their tails flicking a silent signal to the pride. Stay low, stay ready. A twitch of an ear, a shift in stance, and the hunt is coordinated without a single sound. Cheetahs flatten themselves against the grass, their bodies tense, while their cubs learn to read every nuance of posture and gaze. For prey, vigilance is a shared responsibility. Impalas flash the white undersides of their tails, warning the herd of lurking danger. A sudden freeze, every muscle locked in place, tells others to be alert. Even the slightest rustle can send a ripple of alarm through a flock of birds or a dazzle of zebras. But not all signals are seen or heard. Scent marking is another silent language. Hyenas and wild dogs leave invisible trails along the edges of their territories, messages that linger long after they've gone. These chemical signatures warn rivals, attract mates, and maintain the delicate balance of power. At dusk, the savannah comes alive with a chorus of calls, deep roars, high-pitched yips, and haunting howls. Each sound carries meaning: to rally the pride, to locate the pack, or to stake a claim. Yet even in the cacophony, silence speaks volumes. It is in these quiet moments, when a herd pauses, ears pricked and eyes wide, that the true depth of animal communication is revealed. Through body, voice, and scent, the creatures of the savannah negotiate the terms of survival. In this world without words, every movement, every mark, and every sound becomes a message, an unbroken conversation that shapes the destiny of predator and prey alike.